worshipping there. Thank you so much. That was some fantastic worshiping. And you guys like that already? You guys are really energized. There's a lot of warmth in the room, even though it might be cold outside. It's lovely and warm in here because you guys are bringing the energy, and I really thank you for that. Now, I said I'm going to do a bit of a science thing for our Energizer. And this is called resisting temptation. So I'm going to get a couple of things ready. But what I'm going to show you while we're doing it is this jar represents temptation, right? And this balloon represents us. So this represents you and me. Now, the thing with temptation, is, and as you'll see, we don't just fall into temptation. We can't just fall into it. See how it doesn't just fall into that? We don't just fall into temptation. We are tempted. And as I said before, even Jesus was tempted. So what happens, though, is then we make a choice to decide to make that choice. And then, as a result, we might fall into temptation. I'm going to show you that with a little experiment really soon. So what is temptation? Well, temptation is that sort of like that drive or that compulsion. I want to do something that maybe sounds really exciting, or maybe it sounds something you want to do at the time. But it's often something that might lead us to sin, and that might lead us to do a bad thing or make a bad choice or a bad decision. So as you can see, it doesn't fall in just like that. It just sits there. But if I put this down and I show you this, you'll see how then, by us making the choice, we can fall into temptation. I'm going to light this. Don't try this at home. All right, so I've got a bit of a flame there. And you'll see now, I don't know if you can see that, it's actually falling in. And then, by us making that choice, we've now fallen into sin. Do you guys see that? The thing is, though, get rid of that smoke. The thing is, though, how then do we get out of temptation? How do we get out of making that bad choice or staying in that bad environment that we don't want to? Because if I try it just in my own energy, I actually can't get myself out. I actually can't do it. So what do? Well, this is where God comes in. This is like a rescue plan that God gave us. So when God comes along and we ask him through prayer to please help us to either not make that bad decision or to help us out of that bad situation, he provides a way for us to get out of sin and out of temptation. I'm going to show you how we do that right now. Ready? So without God there, we're going to be stuck sinning or making bad decisions. But with God that we rely upon and we ask for to help us pray, he can get us out of temptation and out of sin. And the best thing about it is before we make a bad decision, we think, oh, maybe I should do this. We can just pray to God before we actually make that bad decision, and he can help us make good decisions so we don't ever fall into sin or fall into temptation. How does that sound? Is that pretty cool?